Hey, peace and Black Power family. Listen, y'all already know this is your sister Jade Arundel, aka Lioness Crowned, your revolutionary, unapologetically Black African host right here at FlyNubianQueen.com, the network with for melanated women and men like you. I wanted to come in and check in with y'all. Y'all come on in, hit the like button. Y'all let me know how y'all doing. Let me know how y'all doing, because I know a lot of people are stressed out today. A lot of people are in distress after that train wreck of a shit show. Pardon my language, but not really, because that's what it was. We got to call a spade a spade. That debate last night, hot ass mess. But a lot of people are in distress. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are nervous. Give me a B1 salute as y'all are coming up in here too. And I want y'all to make sure you hit the like button, share this broadcast, make sure you subscribe to our channels. Make sure you text the word Queens to 31996. That's Queens with an S to 31996. Do all that good stuff for me. Now look, how are y'all feeling after that debate last night? Are you feeling empowered to make a change or to do something to get codified? Are you feeling discouraged? You scared? What's going on? Because I know that the discourse right now is that 45, the Antichrist, aka Donald Trump, y'all's president, didn't even do a dog whistle to his base. He legit sounded the alarm. You know what I'm saying? When asked to denounce racism, white supremacy specifically, he really baited them into the response, giving the response that he wanted. Because he was like, who are you talking about? As if white supremacy itself is a damn myth, okay? So he was like, he wanted them to name names, name groups. And so they said the Proud Boys. That's what the dude who was moderating, who was horrible at moderating, that's what he said. And then that's what Biden said. And so Trump mentioned them. He said, Proud Boys, okay, stand back and stand by. Stand back and stand by. Okay, now a lot of folks, like, we know what that is, but he didn't. I talked to one of my sisters today, and she was like, look, he didn't already said that. You know what I'm saying? He's already activated these folks. So there's nothing to really be, we don't need to hear it twice, 3 times, or 10 times before we believe it. Now, because it happened on a debate stage, and the way that it happened, honestly, I will say that I'm like, oh, okay, we don't take threats idly. You know what I'm saying? We don't take threats idly. So I just kind of wanted to check in and see where your headspace is. What are you doing? So if he's telling these folks to stand by, right? If he's telling them to stand by and they're emboldened by it to the point where they actually changed their logo. The Proud Boys changed their logo and added stand back, stand by to it, and basically pledged allegiance to Trump in a new way. I just kind of wanted to know, like, what does that mean for black folk? What does that mean for black folk? What does that mean for black folk? I'm going to take these masks off. You see I'm representing. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? Out here in nature. Just let me say that. Out here in nature. But, yeah. Not sure how much more prepared or aware people need to be at the fact that anti-black racism, white supremacy, and these terrorist organizations who have infiltrated law enforcement, by the way, are a real threat. And so I just spent over an hour with Dr. Cleo Monago. We were talking about Lovecraft Country because I scheduled that without knowing that the debate was going to be as crazy as it actually was. But I just felt the need to come on here to say, it's time to get real. It's time to get serious. It's time to get on code, to get codified, to get organized, absolutely. And to stop being distracted by things that actually don't matter. Okay, so I just wanted to check in and see how y'all are doing. I know a lot of people who were feeling the feels last night, feeling very, very anxious, just feeling triggered in many, many ways. So I just wanted to see how y'all are feeling, what y'all thinking, and what should black people do if this is what is being communicated? If this is what's being communicated by white supremacist terrorist organizations, what should black people be doing right now? You know, and you don't have to, that could be a rhetorical question. But I think now is the time to really start thinking about self-determination, self-defense, and self-preservation on a different level. On a different level. So John says, we good. Okay, I see a lot of people in here. All right. Michael Ross says we should stand by also. Interesting. Yeah. So, interestingly, I said this earlier on my broadcast, and y'all need to go check out the breakdown that we just did, part 2 of our analysis on Lovecraft Country. I was on with Dr. Cleo Monago. We broke so many things down. But I started off the broadcast saying that I'm a binge watcher. I ain't got time for all of that. I ain't got time. I don't really watch television, television anyway. But when I do watch a series, I prefer to binge watch. So I let 4 episodes of Lovecraft pile up since the last time we talked about it. I put on episode 4 the hour before the debate, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just finish this after the debate because there was a lot going on in it. And then I watched the whole debate. I was also looking at Twitter and just basically retweeting a whole bunch of stuff that I was seeing. And I was like, wow, okay, so this is what we're doing right now. This is what's really going down in this election season. So then I was like really grateful that I had waited to watch Lovecraft Country after the fact, because I needed something else to just kind of like shift the energy. Because there's also a lot of fear-mongering and stuff going on, or people acting fake surprised as if they didn't know we was in an anti-Black war. And maybe a lot of people didn't, and they're just seeing how serious this thing is. And I'm still hearing that people pressing that narrative of like the solution is to go, that the primary solution is to go to the polls and vote. Not sure if white supremacy, institutional racism, and global domination by this beast is something that's going to be solved by voting. That's not even like a band-aid solution at this point. Should we impeach the MF? Absolutely. He should have been impeached. Should have never been elected. Never liked him anyway. Personally, I never liked him. I never watched or supported any of his stuff, The Apprentice, none of that. And quite frankly, everyone who thought that narcissism and that business savvy and everything that 45 Donald Trump, the Antichrist, was presenting on TV and as a celebrity and a businessman and a media personality, people gave their energy into that, and they also created this beast. Let's just be very, very clear. And no, I mean, hey, good, bad, right, or wrong, some of the folks on here could have been supporters of Donald Trump or watched some of his shows or, paid attention to his rhetoric, and a whole bunch of celebrities and stuff supported him and stuff in the past. But just know that every single person who ever fed into his energy is also responsible for him being, this big problem, this universal catastrophe, right? So we have to take some responsibility. And oftentimes American culture and white supremacist culture, they exalt the most boisterous, outlandish, ridiculous bully, you know what I'm saying, narcissistic type personality. So that's something that we need to check in with. We're talking about shifting. There is a dimensional shift happening right now. Take a moment to like and share this broadcast. I want to let y'all know also, if you want to join our team, send an email over to producer@flynubianmedia.com. That's producer@flynubianmedia.com. So yeah, I had a lot of thoughts. But after that debate, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give it all of this energy because when you have millions of people around the world watching the same thing and directing their focus into the same thing with the same level of energy, it creates certain outcomes and manifestations. So I was like, all right, let me just go ahead and shift. And I was grateful that I had something to stay up and watch, which was, hours of Lovecraft Country in preparation for the conversation we had about all of the anti-Black racist agendas happening within that. So y'all need to go onto flynubianqueen.com and check that out on our Facebook page. But I just wanted to check in and see how the family is doing. I think that now is the time to take our power back. For sure. Take your power back. The other thing that happened after the debate, I immediately, toward the end, I was like, okay, boom, Revelation chapter 18. The Great Fall of Babylon. Y'all haven't read it recently. If you've never read it, highly recommend it. But this is where we are right now, y'all. This is where we are. And this is what's going on. I also finally wanted to come on to not just check on y'all, but to let you all know that the Queens on Fly Nubian Queen will be hosting a Queens Roundtable on this debate topic tonight, this evening at 6:30 Eastern Time at flynubianqueen.com on Facebook. Somebody type it in for me, please. flynubianqueen.com's Facebook page, 6:30 p.m., a Queens Roundtable on this damn debate that happened last night between Donald J. Trump, 45 the Antichrist is what I call him, versus Joe Crime Bill Biden. And the nature of the debate, like the real topic is, what the hell was the black agenda? What nobody talking about no black agenda. Did y'all hear anything about tangibles or reparations for black people? So I'm still in the, I'm a one issue voter. I'm a one issue voter this election. Just like our brother Ice Cube said, it's all about black folk, what we gonna get, us being compensated, reclaiming our time and our resources for all of the stolen labor and misery of this damn apartheid, genocide, Mount Arthur, African, black, indigenous holocaust that we've been going through in Babylon, in the belly of the beast. So unless Joe Crime Bill Biden or the 45 is talking about anything specific for us, I could really give a damn about either one of them. And spiritually, I cannot reconcile at this stage in the game voting for either one of them. Definitely not Trump. If Biden and Kamala Harris, I've said it before and I say it one more again, if they want the black vote, if last night wasn't a reminder of how much in trouble and in shambles the Democratic Party is and what they're up against with this beast, if they really want to secure the black vote, then how you gonna buy my vote? My vote is still for sale. Our vote is still for sale. So they better get something together real quick that's talking about black people who are foundational to this country, especially, and black people within this country, getting us some resources and tangible benefits, us being a protected class of citizens as we are being slaughtered and massacred still every day by law enforcement and race soldiers and white supremacists. So what policies going to be put in place for us now? What y'all going to do? Senator Kamala Harris, get in your boy Joe Crime Bill Biden's ear. Do something. But don't expect anything from the black community if you're not delivering anything to us. So I needed to also come in here and say that. And if there was ever a time for them to get it together, they need to damn get it together. And we clearly know who 45 the Antichrist and his folks, who his base is. You know what I'm saying? So they know what America is facing right now. So let's put pressure on them, y'all. Let's keep hashtagging no tangibles, no vote. Let's reach out, do some advocacy, do what it can do. Let's see what can happen in terms of us getting anything specifically like other groups have gotten or are getting from both of these damn political parties who they're trying to make us an obsolete, invisible, non-factor, permanent underclass in this country, as our elder, Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us and reminds us every time that he comes on. So I just had to put that out there, give y'all some things to think about, but we will be talking about this damn debate, this damn election season, in reference to black people specifically. So you want to join us at flynubianqueen.com on Facebook at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. What else do I want to say right now? Voter suppression. Voter suppression is real. I'm not advocating that we don't vote. I think that would be foolish. I mean, we have so many offices, state senators, judges, commissioners, public advocates, police chiefs, superintendents of school, like so many different things that are appointed positions, and some things are directly elected positions. So I am not at all advocating that we don't vote or go to the polls, okay? And I'm not here for voter intimidation or voter suppression by any means, any stretch of the imagination. One thing I am concerned about is voter intimidation and voter suppression through mail-in ballots. Are they going to be counted? Are they going to be counted in time? 45, the Antichrist has already said that there won't be a peaceful transfer of power, and he won't peacefully accept the results of the election if he loses. What do you think that means, y'all? And especially if he got the Proud Boys standing by. But we need to definitely make sure that those who are choosing to vote early, get your ballots in early. And for any of the elders in our community, get them to the polls, to and from the polls, safely. So this is a time for us to be really, really vigilant, because some things have been activated, and we need to definitely look out for our own and be really codified and have that military mindset as we're moving forward in terms of making sure that we're not coming under attack, or folks aren't being intimidated at the polls, or, elderly people aren't being taken advantage of. And we need to move through society at this point, from now until the end of the year, in a particular way, so that, we're able to defend the community. So that's what I got. If y'all want to hear anything else, any more receipts, details, and other commentary, I'm going to need y'all to join the rest of the Queens and I at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time at flynubianqueen.com on Facebook. All right. Be sure to check out our shop at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Also check us out at flynubianbusiness.com and flynubianmedia.com. You can also check out my program, The Lioness Den, which is a Black first space where we have courageous, revolutionary conversations. Weekdays, flynubianqueentv.com, which is our YouTube page, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I am working on a project this week, for the rest of the week, actually. So I may or may not be on Thursday and Friday of this week, but definitely starting back next week, Monday. But you will see me tonight at this Queen's Roundtable. We need to talk about the Black agenda, or the absence thereof, and last night's debate, and what we need to be listening out for in the next presidential debate between these two clowns that's going to take place next Wednesday. All right. Check us out at flynubianmoney.com and flynubianbusiness.com, and stay codified, stay up, stay on point, stay on guard. This broadcast is ending, but so is global racism and white supremacy. We will and we must trample this beast through fortitude, preparedness, and collectivism. And always remember that they stole us, they sold us, so they owe us. Until next time, family, peace and Black power, 6:30 p.m. tonight. Be there.